rainbow pasta. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Kate Bieberdorf, but you may know me as Kate the Chemist. I'm a chemistry professor, a science entertainer, and the author of the awesome book of edible experiments for kids. For rainbow pasta, we are going to investigate how the protein molecules inside of the flour affect the overall pasta at the end. You're going to need 3 different types of flour that have 3 different types of protein content. I've got my all-purpose flour, my cake flour, and whole wheat flour. The first thing you're going to do is take 3 different eggs, mix them all together. I'm going to use my all-purpose flour as my first flour, and we're going to use 2 cups of flour. We also want to add our salt to this and go ahead and mix. Then what we're going to do is add our egg mixture, a tablespoon of your olive oil. You're also going to need at least a half teaspoon of food coloring. So I'm going to use red for my all-purpose. If you've done it properly, your dough should look something like this. Wrap your ball all the way up. So you want your dough completely covered in the plastic wrap, just like that. All right, I'm back with some clean dishes. We're ready for experiment B. So for this one, we're gonna do the exact same thing, except we're gonna use 2 cups of our cake flour here. So we used red food coloring for our first one, so let's go blue on this one. We got our dough nice and protected with our plastic wrap. We're ready for experiment C, which is whole wheat flour. We've already done red and blue, so we'll need a 3rd color. I'm going green. Wrap your thing all the way up so that you have a lovely ball of dough. So when everything's said and done, you should have 3 different balls of dough here. So we're gonna let all of these sit aside for 30 minutes, and then we're gonna start rolling out our pasta dough. So once you have yours nice and thin and it's nice and flat, grab any type of cutting device and slice up your pasta. If you happen to have a drying rack, go ahead and use that. All right, we're gonna move over to the stove so we can actually cook our pasta and taste it. Okay, now for the most important part. Let me taste it. The all-purpose one is kind of chewy, but not too chewy. It's a good chewy, I mean that in a good way. Okay, now cake. Oh God, that was really chewy. Yeah, so I don't like that very much. It doesn't have as much protein in there, so it doesn't have as many amino acids. There's not as many bonds, any hydrogen bonds going throughout that pasta in there. It doesn't have that al dente taste, so I'm not a fan of that so far. Now let me try my whole wheat. Oh, it's so dry, complete lack of moisture. So any type of hard flours is gonna give you your best pasta. The all-purpose is really good. There's also just pasta flour out there that you can use. What I would really encourage you to do is get creative. Open up your pantry, see what you have in there.